But I love Yo, a TV show about kids saving the planets by fighting monsters, going into towers, and deactivating viruses. You want to know what else I love? Sonic the Hedgehog, a TV show that's about a fast hedgehog who's trying to save the entire planet by fighting a fat ape-shaped man named Dr. Ape-Man. But what happens when you combine them together? Well, not really. Because I want to know, is Sonic Frontiers a ripoff of Yo? In case you don't know, Sonic Frontiers is a video game about Sonic the Hedgehog going inside cyberspace and trying to save everybody from a data corruption inside a island called Starfall's Islands. And all of its friends need to go into these towers to deactivate them and go into different islands that are identical to the ones in Yo. You see what I mean? But you kind of have like the same exact similarities. Well, kinda. Let's talk about the islands first. The islands are based on the same 3 out of 4 locations from Yo. We have the Rocky Mountains, the desert, and the forest. The only region that they don't have inside the Starfall Islands is the ice region. But to be honest, if they would have had like a snowy region in Sonic Frontiers, then it would probably camouflage the signs and chat marks in the level. Unless it's nighttime, because Sonic Frontiers has a day and night cycle. Anyways, just like in Yo, there are monsters that fall from the sky and try to attack the main character. I'm also going to be talking about which characteristics that some of the characters have in Yo and from Sonic Frontiers. Anyways, let's start with Sonic. Sonic is odd. No, I'm not talking about that he's actually odd. I'm talking about the character odd from Yo. I mean, they're both super fast, and they both gain new powers. Odd's ability is that he can see future events, and he has laser arrows. Sonic's ability is that he's also super fast, and he has like new attacks now. Like he has like an ability to shoot out energy beams in his hands in Sonic Frontiers. I'm also going to be talking about the DLC, because the DLC is also a ripoff to Yo. Well, kind of. Anyways, Nutholes. Nutholes is easy. Nutholes is Olet. They're both stubborn, hard-headed, and they both are really strong. Olet, he uses a samurai sword. Nutholes, he uses his fist. But like I said a few minutes ago, even though that they're super strong, they're still really stubborn. Tails is easy. Tails is 100% Jeremy. They're both smart. They both know how to do well with technology, and they're both kind of cowardish. I mean, to be honest, Tails, he's kind of a coward, but he's mostly brave, and sometimes same thing with Jeremy. But to be honest, in later episodes, he mostly agrees to do stuff. Like, there was one episode that Jeremy suggests everybody that they should train more during the events of Yo, and they went to Jim's office to help them train, and nobody wanted to do that anymore. So after being attacked by Xana, Jeremy helped out Jim, and Jim helped out Jeremy to get away from a wild bull that was being possessed. And then at the end of the episode, despite Jim not having his memory, Jeremy still remembers what he said to him, that he's a really good kid and he's tough. But yeah, anyways. I I still think that him and Tails have the same similarities from both Sonic Frontiers and Horioyo. Anyways, Amy is Yumi. Amy, Yumi. Hi, puppy. Oh, yeah, I'll stop. Anyways, they both have weapons. They both have love interests. And they both fight really hard. In the beginning of the show, we see Yumi and Ola being a theme to each other. And in early video games and the TV shows, Amy had a huge crush on Sonic. But Amy gets a character shift in later video games. Sorry about that. And same thing with Yumi. I mean, she still has feelings for Olet, but they kind of ignore it in some of the episodes, like in some of the future episodes. I mean, they sometimes like bring it up in one episode and then they just ignore it. Whatever. Anyways, Aelita, Easy, Sage. Both Sage and Aelita are identical to each other. They both help the characters. The only difference that is that Aelita is very sweet and Sage is not. Sage is more of a, I don't want to use the word tomboy, but she's mostly protective over Dr. Eggman. And like I said, she's really good with technology, like we see with both Aelita and Jomi. Whenever Jomi's in trouble, sometimes Aelita has to help them with some of the technical stuff that is in Lyoko. Same thing what we see with what Sage does with both Dr. Eggman and Sonic in Sonic Frontiers. Anyways, so who is Dr. Eggman? Easy. He is definitely Franz Hopper. Well, actually, to be honest, I don't want to impel him with Xana because Xana is a computer virus and the voice that you hear in the entire game is also a computer virus. So anyways, Dr. Eggman, you know what? In later episodes of Behold Ryoko, we see that Aelita has a father figure named Franz Hopper. And to be honest, Dr. Eggman did make Sage, but I don't know if she's actually from the islands, or maybe Dr. Eggman just manually made her by one of his machines. But to be honest, if you want to go by that route, then yeah, Dr. Eggman is definitely Franz Hopper. They both set up the events of what's going to happen in the TV shows and video games. And to be honest, Xana is basically the final boss of the game named The End. That is basically what the final boss's name is in Sonic Frontiers. You have to play the game in expert mode in order to, if you want to fight it or not. Easy through hard mode, it won't take you though. Actually, to be honest, hard mode probably. I just know that easy and medium mode, no. I have seen Let's Plays of Sonic Frontiers. I have played it before. I actually have it in my bedroom. But it's kind of hard for me to play because it is hard to see some of the stuff. Same thing, the problem that I have is that it actually has really good lighting. But when it hits to the nighttime stages, that's when it gets really hard. And plus, some of the objectives that are that the game wants you to get is kind of hard to see. Let's talk about the monsters. Yes, this Horioyo and Sonic Frontiers makes you fight a lot of monsters and robots in this game. And to be honest, just like I said a few minutes ago, they also fall from the sky. Sorry, I can't speak today. They also fall from the sky and they usually attack people. And they also have giant bosses. For example, the only boss I can think of in Horioyo, actually the minor. I can't speak today. Sorry about that. I was trying to say the word minor. the minor bosses in the game is basically all the medium enemies, kind of. One of the minor bosses, Hyoryotyo, well, for Season 1 we had a giant tank, and from Season 2, I believe it was the manatees that were in Sector 5. To be honest, what else do we have? I believe in Season 3 we had those wasps. That was kind of the final boss. Oh, wait, no. It was that giant octopus thing that was basically the new final boss in Hyoryotyo from Season 2 through Season 4. Anyways, yeah, the reason why I think that Hyoryotyo has some similarities of Sonic Frontiers is because it feels like that I'm playing Hyoryotyo. And plus, same thing with the DLC. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's also a duplicate stage in Sonic Frontiers. Just like we see duplicate levels in Hyoryotyo. The similarities are striking. But anyways, I see some similarities of Sonic Frontiers to Hyoryotyo and from Hyoryotyo to Sonic Frontiers. Like I said, like in Hyoryotyo, there's also towers everywhere, so instead of pressing a button and deactivating everything, in order to deactivate the towers in Sonic Frontiers, you have to complete I can't speak today, sorry about that. A mini stage, that's what I'm trying to say, a mini stage, and if you get an X rank, then the tower will go from red to green. Like I said, the similarities are kind of striking with Sonic Frontiers. But anyways, those are just my opinions, and probably, if you guys lead to this conversation that I'm having right now, that's amazing. But if you don't see any of the similarities, and if you don't agree to the my opinions, that's fine. We all have all different opinions of what we think about TV shows, video games, storybooks, and other types of media. Anyways, I just really like having this conversation with you guys. Sorry if I haven't been posting a lot, I've been busy, but anyways, next time is Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero turning into a WWE video game. What do I mean by that? Well, stay tuned. In case you're wondering, yes, I am definitely going to be doing my predictions for Money in the Bank. We just have to wait until Saturday night's main event. And I want to do some more announcement videos. The next announcement video I'm going to have is in early November. So stay tuned about that. And like I said, always be a champion. And I am out.